All the way in week 1 against the Ravens, Lamar Jackson appeared to hit tight end Isaiah Likely in the back of the end zone for a tying touchdown, no time left. But the review showed out of bounds. KC wins 27-20. Then the next week, more drama. Down 2 in the final minute against the Bengals. KC facing a 4th and 16. Oh, you saw that flag. Kept the drive alive. Pass interference. Harrison Butker 51 yards out as time expired, El.
And then the very next week against Atlanta, Chiefs benefit from a no call when Brian Cook appears to commit pass interference on Kyle Pitts, and by appears he did. Then they stopped 2 fourth-down plays in the closing minutes to preserve a 22-17 win. More ridiculous ways that the Chiefs have won. Week 9 against the Bucs, Tampa Bay forces overtime. KC wins the coin toss. Mahomes goes 5 for 5, and Kareem Hunt caps his best day in his second stint with the Chiefs with that 2-yard touchdown run for the win.
And then the next week, El, you thought you had it.
You
thought you had it.
Broncos
ready to win it on a 35-yarder, but linebacker Leo Chanel with the block to preserve a perfect season for Mahomes and company. That perfection ended the next weekend. Buffalo. But they had drama. Week 12 at Carolina. Mahomes scrambled 23 yards, 30 seconds left to set up Spencer Schrader's 31-yard field goal. Time expired 30-27 Chiefs.
More bonkers games for the Chiefs. Black Friday, KC clings to a 2-point lead in the final seconds. Raiders get in field goal position, but a botch snap leads to a Chiefs recovery. And look at Patrick Mahomes. He can't believe it either. Another improbable victory. And then the very next week, y'all, against the Chargers, Mahomes finds Travis Kelce for a key third down conversion out of the 2-minute warning, and a different kicker this time. Matthew Wright doinks in a 31-yard field goal as time expires.
And then there was the AFC title game, El. Josh Allen marked short on a key 4th down play in the 4th quarter. Then with the game on the line, Dalton Kincaid, can you catch it? No. Oh, and KC survives. Andy Reid on his team's resiliency.
You want to kind of find that area where you keep a steady climb. If something bad happens, try to learn from it and move on. But every game's got that, and every game's a little bit different. So we've doinked them in, we've blocked field goals, we've done. So whatever comes up, I'm sure our guys will handle and move forward in a positive way. Yeah.
In addition to all of the crazy wins, the Chiefs are now the 5th team all time to enter the Super Bowl with a negative yards margin. Only half of the previous 4 teams that went into the big game, and all 4 of them were underdogs in the game. Kansas City is currently a 1.5-point favorite. Hollywood Brown speaking today about the pressure that's facing the Chiefs on the verge of this three-peat.
I think he just put guys in a position, and he got so way. You don't want to let him down. Everyone probably on this team, looks up to Coach Reid, and nobody wants to let him down. So, we go out there and do our job.
On the scene in New Orleans for us with the Chiefs is our reporter Jeff Darlington. And Jeff, what's the current mood around the 2-time defending champion Chiefs as we inch closer to Sunday's Super Bowl?
Well, El, when you hear Marquise Brown talk about sort of that tone from Andy Reid, he is the tone setter. And the head coach, I'm told, has been very calm. He wants to see his players pace themselves as he has in the past in these experiences. And that is exactly what the tone is here with the Chiefs. I can tell you earlier today, they went through a light jog through. Yesterday, the same sort of situation. Not quite a walkthrough, a little bit more than that. And really, it's just to get their bodies moving ahead of tomorrow's practice, which will be the first time that the team really takes the practice field and really starts to hone in that game plan. I can also tell you, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce have talked about making sure that they emphasize to the younger players on this team to avoid the hype, to avoid the high energy that comes with this game, and just pace yourselves as you inch closer. And really, that is the feeling. I mean, we were sitting in the lobby earlier here at the team hotel, Travis Kelce just leisurely strolling through, very relaxed. You can feel the calm when it comes to this team. And I couldn't help but think back to covering some of the Patriots Super Bowls with Tom Brady when it was so routine to them. I got to say, that is the feeling that I have when I'm around this team right now. It is all about routine. It is all about comfort. this team knows exactly what they need to do.
Absolutely, and definitely routine to them, but specifically to a couple of them. Only 5 players held over from that first Super Bowl team, and Patrick Mahomes took over there in Kansas City, right? Jeff Darlington with the latest for the Eagles side. Of course, you're going to get it to Kevin.
Oh, thank you, El. And, of course, that's bringing the guy, Sal Paolantonio, joining us now. And the routine for the Eagles, they were through this 2 years ago in Arizona, getting ready for the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Take us through the Eagles' schedule over the next 24 hours.
Well, Kevin, you might see some Eagles strolling past behind me. They're on their way out to the French Quarter. I just saw Jordan Mailata strolling through the French Quarter coming back to the hotel. He's hard to miss, a guy who's 6'8", going around town. But everybody has a day off, and they'll get back here to the team hotel for a curfew. I asked Big Don, the head of security, what's the curfew tonight? And he said 11 p.m., and then it's back to football. And tomorrow what they'll do is they'll have meetings in a lightweight lift, and then they will have a media session, board the buses, go about 7 miles from the team hotel here downtown in New Orleans to the Saints facility for a practice that will last about 2 hours, and then back here for team meetings. And when I talked to Saquon Barkley, it was real clear. He said, bottom line is we have a team that can win a Super Bowl. We have a great offensive line, a great defense, great wide receivers, great running backs, and we have the quarterback. And as Mailata told me, bottom line is I love when people doubt Jalen Hurts. We always talk about limiting the outside noise or the white noise, but I know he hears the noise. I know he hears it, and I think he plays best when people doubt him the most.
Great stuff there. Sal Powell reporting from New Orleans as the Eagles enjoying the night off with the curfew at 11 p.m. Okay, you talked about Jalen Hurts. Let's get specific here on what he's done so far during this run. It's pretty dominant, okay? Coming into this Super Bowl, 7 total touchdowns, no turnovers so far in this postseason. He hasn't thrown an INT in 7 straight playoff games, already an NFL record.
Time for a final time this season to let Dan cook. Obviously, Danny-O, this offense for the Eagles looks a little different than the last Super Bowl a couple of years ago, but what specific challenges does that KC defense present Jalen Hurts?
Late picture changes, and that's why the cadence, or when Jalen Hurts says, I want the football, is going to be huge. I want 3 clips here. C.J. Stroud, divisional round, Josh Allen, AFC title, and then the Super Bowl from 2022, Jalen Hurts versus the Chiefs. And I want everyone to pay attention to one thing and one thing only, the quarterback, okay? You're going to see leg kick, motion and leg kick, and then all of a sudden the defense is going to change the picture. Here comes pressure, and what do we get? An unblocked defender, a free runner, and this is a waste of a play. Okay, so that's the divisional round, AFC title game. Pay attention to Josh Allen. See how right there he's like, does this little lane kick, like, oh, I want the ball to a defense. You're not telling them this is real, okay? And Josh is going to then kick again. Pay attention to. Now Josh is going to go a little bit higher, motion. This time I really want the ball. Free runner, unblocked defender, waste of a play, game over. And if you go back to the Super Bowl 2 years ago, 2022, pay attention to Jalen Hurts. See how he gets into this position like, hey, I want the ball. The defense doesn't buy that. This is the first time the play clock, the defenders are looking at the play clock like 14 seconds. You're not going to snap the football. They think and they are buying this is a dummy cadence. Now the motion's going to come. Jalen's going to point. 6, 7, ball comes snapped, and there's an unblocked defender, and there's a waste of a play. That's what I talk about when it comes to the cadence, okay? I want everyone to see